The world tonight is looking for heroes. And it has heroes, physically speaking. One day yonder in Switzerland, when Switzerland was at stake, the little Swiss party had gathered out into the fields to defend their economy. The great oncoming army was too great for them. They were all trained, had big spears and shields. The Swiss could do nothing but give up. They were backed up against a mountain. Then there was a hero stepped out. Somebody had to die. And if they lost the battle, they had nothing but old sickle blades and rocks, sticks to fight with. When the oncoming army looked like a brick wall. If they were taken, their lovely little wives would be ravished, their young girls would be ravished, their babies would be killed, their heads would be busted, their homes would be gone, everything would be lost. Then there was a man whose name is too quickly forgotten, by the name of Arnold von Winkelried. He stepped out and said, "Man of Switzerland, this day I give my life for Switzerland." He said, "Just over the mountain yonder is a little white home. I've got a wife and 3 children waiting for me, but they'll never see me again. For this day I give my life for Switzerland." They said, "What will you do, Arnold von Winkelried?" He said, "Follow me and do the best you can with what you have to do with." And he looked over the army until he found the thickest of the spears. Then he stuck up his hands in the air. He run towards that big brick wall of spears and screaming, "Make way for liberty! Make way for liberty!" 100 spears turned to catch his charge. He threw his arms out and grouped them into his own bosom, which pinned him down, and he died on the end of those spears. Those Swiss followed him with clubs and sticks. That great display of heroism routed that army till the Swiss beat them out of the land, and they've never had a war from that day since. Stand up in Switzerland and name the name of Arnold von Winkelried. You'll see tears run down their cheeks. Why? He saved their land. That was a great hero deed. It's seldom compared with and never exceeded in this earth. But oh, it was a little thing to what happened one day. When Adam's race stood, demons marching in from every side. Prophets had failed. Law had failed. Sacrifice of bulls and lambs had failed. Man's nature had failed. Everything, and Adam's little race stood defeated, outnumbered by devils, superstitions, sickness, diseases. There was one stepped out in heaven and said, "This day I'll die for Adam's race." He came to the earth and was made flesh. He looked right down where the midst of the spears was the darkest, the very darkest of all man's dreads was death. And he took death into his bosom, and on Calvary he paid the sacrifice and screamed, "Make a way for liberty." And he screams to his church, "Take this which I have left you, my blood and my spirit, and fight with over what you've got." We can conquer tonight through that, friend. You can drive the devil from you. Every old enemy that's in your life, it can be drove out by the blood and the Spirit of Christ, and you can stand perfect in His presence. Christ made the way.